Yeah, this is Carl. I'm back in the storage unit. Today is a cold and overcast and dreary day. It happens to be December 31st, New Year's Eve. It's about 11:30, I think. Anyway, I came down here just to drop some stuff off. I'm going to do just a short update today. I feel like last time I didn't talk enough about my brakes, which I got to tell you, this was a real effing ordeal. These drums were stuck on, and I had to beat them with a hammer and use a big crowbar to get those things off. I got them off one at a time. When I took them off, it destroyed everything. It destroyed everything inside, pretty much. The brakes, I think the parking brake probably had gotten stuck on, in all likelihood, and I couldn't release it, or at least I didn't know how to release it. So anyway, when I pounded those off, parts of the brake pads were screwed up. The pieces inside got jacked up. As I mentioned in the last video, I replaced the cylinder and all the springs. I got a kit from Rock Auto, and these various springs. Also, these levers here, and I think these are part of the parking brake system. Let's see, right there and right there, really rusted out. So I took those home and I wire wheeled them and I soaked them in some Evaporust, and that really did the trick. They were just about like new when I was finished with them. I did that the same on both sides. And then I mentioned I learned a lot in reassembling. One is buy the cheap tools, because that really does help. I got a real rust bucket here. There's a lot of stuff. I don't think, and I pounded on it with a hammer, I don't think it's rusted through the frame, but the frame could really stand to be gone over very carefully. I'm not going to do that right now. When I got this last summer, it had this topper on it, this one, and what I'm told is that this topper that was on it is actually for a trail duster. And as you can see, this is a 74 half door. Doesn't have this frame here, which makes it unusual. They made those, I guess, for about 6 months, and then stopped production of them. And so later model years, and I think probably trail dusters don't accommodate the half door. The guy who sold it to me did have the topper that went with it. We pulled it out of the woods. That thing weighs a ton. We had three pretty big guys and a teenager helping us, and we struggled with it. But we did put it on the trailer and pulled it out, and I left it in town because I didn't have room for it on my trailer. And looking at it, it had pretty good rust right around here, which is common in the trucks. I know from the Dodge D100s, D150s, that kind of thing, they tend to get real rusted out. This one doesn't look bad, but and it also, when we pulled it out of the woods off of the other one, the metal was just crumbling in our hands, really. This lower part had gotten really corroded, and you can see how that is there. This topper is in way better shape than the one, but it's not the original. And so I was thinking about it, and I finally decided to reach out to the guy and just say, hey, if you still got it, I'll come pick it up and bring it down here. And I kind of figure, if nothing else, worst case scenario, I get it, I bring it back, I can get the part from the topper that goes right here to close this gap and just attach it to this topper. But I will say I like the look of the original. It was white. It's got the luggage rack on top, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'll just have to, once I get it and have a chance to really go through it, I'll have to assess whether or not it's something I can retrofit onto this better condition top, or if I can restore that top. At the time, I didn't have any inkling that I would learn how to weld. I haven't learned how to weld. I don't know how to weld anything. I've never welded anything. I have a welder in a box that I haven't taken out yet. But having said that, I've got a welder in a box. You know, I'm going to take it out, give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to have to be patient, and it's going to take some time, and I'm not going to be able to do it in this storage unit. Which kind of brings me back to another issue, which is when the heck are they going to start building that garage for me? I've asked again. It was supposed to have started 6 months ago, and it still is in delay. So we will see. Yeah, and like I said last time, I've got to do the brake line underneath here. Probably not going to do it today. I'm enjoying my annual end of year rotten cold, and so, you know, that really kind of sucks. But you know, it comes and goes away eventually. Anyway, that's my little update for today. My son and I are going to go up on Thursday, and I've rented a trailer. I've got a place to put the replacement, put the original topper temporarily. And, you know, if we get it here and it turns out to be pointless, I guess I'll just have to get rid of it. But I don't know. Hopefully it's got some things that I can salvage off of it, if not the whole thing. What else? Still a lot of cleanup I need to do on this thing, in the inside and that kind of stuff. I've never, you know, I've watched a lot of videos on Dodge Ramchargers, and I haven't seen anybody, and maybe it's because it's not possible to do. I haven't seen anybody who has replaced the floor. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just rusted clear through the whole floor. Really bad on this side. Big gap, big hole right there. Basically, what I think I need to do is just cut this whole thing out, find a replacement floor. A lot of people turn their old Dodge truck beds into trailers, and so I was thinking, well, maybe I'll pick up a truck bed trailer, cut the floor out of that one, and reinstall it in here. But I've got some pretty serious corrosion, even down in this part. I mean, the tailgate needs to come off. This part needs rebuilt. The inner supports all have to be rebuilt, and then this is really just this is the least of it, probably. I think the hard part's going to be replacing the parts that are down inside. You know, fixing that part of the corrosion. And I feel like I just haven't really gotten off to start. You know, I'm still kind of piddling around, waiting to have a home to do this in, which is frustrating. And so anyway, that's where I stand today. I'm probably not going to stay out here in the cold. It's about 35 degrees outside today, which is, you know, this time of year that's expected, but it's not that pleasant to be in an unheated storage unit. Anyway, that's it for today. Everybody have a happy new year, and I will see you all in the next update.